Okay, we've all been there, right? You find the perfect job posting. You fill out all the boxes, name, address, the whole deal, and then you get to it. That dreaded upload resume button. You kind of hold your breath, attach the file, hit submit, and just hope for the best. But what happens on the other side of that click? Well, it's probably not what you think. So here's the first hard truth. The second you hit submit, your resume probably isn't going to a person. Nope, it's going to a machine, an applicant tracking system, or ATS. Think of it as a bouncer for your career. And here's the kicker. Studies show this software straight up rejects a jaw-dropping 75% of resumes before a human being ever sees them. 3 out of 4 are just gone. But, okay, let's say you're in that lucky 25%. You made it past the robot, awesome. Now you get to face the human gatekeepers. And you know how much time they're going to give your carefully crafted resume? On average, just 6 seconds. 6! That's all you get to convince them that you're worth a closer look.
So, you see, this is the game we're actually playing today. It's a 2-part challenge, and you have to win both. First, you got to write a resume that's smart enough to survive the robot. And then, that very same document has to be compelling enough to instantly grab the attention of a super busy, skimming human. That's what it takes to stand out.
To beat this 2-part challenge, we need to start with a huge mindset shift. I think most of us were taught that a resume is basically a biography of our career. You know, a complete history of every single thing we've ever done. Well, that idea? It's just plain wrong, and it's probably the main thing holding you back.
So, here's the new golden rule. Your resume is not a history book. It is a targeted advertisement for you. You're the product. And this ad has one and only one goal: to get you an interview. That's it. Nothing else matters. If a line on your resume doesn't help get you in that room, it doesn't belong there.
Okay, so if it's an ad, how do we make it a good ad? How do we win those critical first 6 seconds? Well, it all comes down to mastering the most valuable real estate on the entire page, the top third, what designers call above the fold. Seriously, this one section pretty much determines if a recruiter keeps reading or just clicks next.
And you know what's crazy? There's actual science to this 6-second skim. Eye tracking studies have shown over and over again that recruiters scan resumes in a really predictable F-shaped pattern. They're absolutely not reading every word. Their eyes are just hunting for keywords and juicy bits of info.
So here's what that F pattern looks like in practice. First, their eyes sweep across the very top of the page. Then they drop down and their gaze just runs down the left side. And, if you're lucky, they might do one more smaller sweep somewhere in the middle. That's it. Everything else on the page is practically invisible in those first few seconds.
So, knowing this, how do we hack it? It's actually pretty simple. 3 things you can do right now. First, get rid of that old objective statement. It's useless. Replace it with a powerful, punchy summary. Second, front-load all your bullet points. Put the amazing result at the beginning of the sentence. And third, start every single bullet with a strong action verb. No more responsible for. Now, this brings us to what is maybe the single most important change you can make. This is the secret sauce. This is what separates an okay resume from one that gets you an interview. You have to stop listing your duties. Nobody cares what you were supposed to do. They care what you actually did. It's time to tell your impact story. I mean, just look at the difference here. The old way is so passive, responsible for. Who cares? It's boring. But the new way? Bam! Grew Instagram engagement by 156%. It's specific, it's got a number, it proves you get results. Now, which person are you going to call? It's not even a contest. So you're probably wondering, okay, great, but how do I actually write these things? Well, good news, there are proven formulas. This one, the XYZ method, is a huge favorite at places like Google because it forces you to be incredibly clear about your achievements.
Let's break it down. The before statement is fine, I guess, but it's super vague. But by using the XYZ formula, it becomes this undeniable success story. You accomplished X, that's the $2.3 million. As measured by Y, that's the attributed sales. By doing Z, leading the strategy. See? It's precise, powerful, and kind of foolproof.
Here's another amazing formula. It's called the TIAL method, and it is specifically designed for that F pattern scan we just talked about. By putting the result and the metric right at the front, you basically guarantee the recruiter sees your most impressive achievement, even if they're just quickly glancing.
So what you're really trying to do here is maximize something called signal per inch. Just think of it this way. Every single word, every line on your resume has to fight for its life. It has to earn its spot. If it's not directly proving you're valuable for this specific job, then it's just noise, and you gotta cut the noise.
All right, so we've got the new playbook. Now for the fun part. Let's spend our last few minutes just blowing up some of the oldest, most outdated resume myths that are, I guarantee, costing people interviews right now.
Let's start with the big one, the one that causes so much stress and so many arguments online, the sacred one-page rule. My resume has to be 1 page long, right? Right? Nope, not anymore. Not even close. In fact, the data tells the complete opposite story now. A recent study found recruiters were more than twice as likely to prefer 2-page resumes. Why? Well, it gives you room to actually tell your impact story. So let's all agree, the 1-page rule is officially dead.
So, what is the right length for you? Here's a super simple, modern guide. If you're a student or a brand new grad with just a couple years of experience, yep, 1 page is probably fine. But for pretty much everyone else, if you have solid, relevant experience, do not be afraid to go to 2 pages to really show your value.
Okay, let's knock out 3 more myths rapid fire. Ready? Myth number 1, you need an objective statement. Fact? Nope, they're dead. Use a powerful summary instead. Myth 2, fancy graphic designer templates are better. Fact, they actually break the robot screeners all the time and can get you rejected. Keep it clean and simple. And myth 3, references available upon request. Fact, we know, of course they are. It's a total waste of precious space.
So let's just end on this question. I want you to go open up your resume right now. Take a hard look at it and ask yourself, is this just a boring list of my old chores, or is it a powerful, data-driven story of the impact I've actually made? Because making that shift, well, that's the whole secret. That's how you beat the bots, win the 6-second challenge, and finally land that interview.